Okay, so we are back with the beginning of June. So after the month of May, we are now 20 and 37. So we have fallen further in the standings to last place in the American League East with a record of 20 and 37. The Red Sox have rebounded from last place to go and take the division lead. They had a very hot month. Looking through the rest of the majors, Cleveland is on fire, record of 40 and 14. So they were really looking good through this part of the season. Astros are also leading their division. As for the rest of the American League, we have the worst record in the American League right now. So looking up pretty good for draft pick prospects for next year. Looking at the bottom of the National League, Pittsburgh and Miami are down there along with Philadelphia and Atlanta. So not too many surprises right there. Looking at the National League, Mets and Nationals battling out for their division. Cubs, Cardinals, Brewers all in the mix for the National League Central. The Giants and Dodgers in the mix for the NL West. So not too many big surprises besides maybe the Mets up there. So now let's take a look at our lineup now for how everyone's done. First of all, we called up Austin Hayes. Adam Jones missed most of the month with elbow tendonitis. We actually just sent him today. He just got activated today. We sent him down on assignment in AAA, a little rehab assignment. So he should be back after the series with New York here. So he'll be back soon. In the meantime, Austin Hayes, he's played decently, I suppose. He's hitting for a high average, which is pretty much what we expect, because he has pretty good hitting ratings in themselves, but his eyes and his discipline is not very high. So he's not necessarily a bad hitter, but his plate skills aren't very good. So like you can see here, he's slugging just under 400, OPSing just under 700. His BABIP is pretty high though. So again, he's hitting balls in play, but his plate skills just aren't very good. Looking at the catcher position here, it's been absolutely disastrous. Both of them have been absolutely awful. So let's actually look at AAA right here. Chance Sisco's been pretty much tearing it up. So we're gonna go ahead and make that move right now. We're gonna see who do we want to send down here. Suzak, he's a leader, so I like to see that, I suppose. And Joseph's a much better defender than Suzak, so yeah, we're gonna go ahead and send down Andrew Suzak to AAA, and then we are going to bring up Chance Sisco. Now Sisco, I believe he played a little bit, and yeah, he saw a little bit of major league action last year where he tore it up. So hopefully he can do the same here. And Chris Davis has fallen a lot since the last monthly update. He's actually looking a little bit like himself in real life, batting 178, OBP 270, OPS almost under 600. So pretty awful. Half a win below replacement. So again, if he keeps struggling like this, I mean, there's no use of having him around. I mean, just look at shopping. I'm honestly surprised it's taking this long, because usually when it's a player like him, like an overpaid veteran, it won't even give you any offers, and it'll let you know that you're trying to get a value. Yeah, no one wants Chris Davis. To be expected. He's under contract for quite a while, so we're probably just gonna end up releasing him if by the All-Star break he's not performing any better. So now look at Jonathan Scope. Again, pretty rough. OPSing under 700, barely slugging over 400. Tim Beckham might be our best infielder this year, to be honest, because Machado also struggling. Similar numbers to Scope and Beckham. They all pretty much have the same numbers. The only difference is, Ramirez has a little bit more power. Although Tim Beckham has 10 home runs. Interesting. Didn't know he had that kind of power rating. But yeah, the Showalter here. When we brought Trumbo back up, he started playing Trumbo over Valencia in the DH role, which is very interesting because Trumbo has been absolutely awful, and Valencia has actually been pretty decent. Although he is, let's see, where is Valencia? I mean, he's still slugging under 400, but I mean, getting on base, his OPS isn't terrible. OPS plus slightly under league average, which is 100. But yeah, we don't really have many league average hitters. Actually, yeah, Anthony Santander has actually been playing pretty well in very, very limited action. Only 83 at bat, but 7 home runs. So yeah. Oh, and Mancini, he got hot for a little stretch. So his numbers have bounced back a little bit. So he's been playing better of late. So yeah, that's pretty much it for batting wise. Now taking a look at pitching. Not very much to report here either. We lost Alex Cobb for like a little bit, and we brought up Nelson Cortez, who we sent back down because we actually brought up Zach Britton today. That is right. He is back just off his rehab assignment, fresh. We let him sit down there for about a week. Don't want to rush him back. There's no point since we're not contending. And want to make sure he was healthy before we brought him back up. So yeah, taking a look, Miguel Castro still struggling, but I mean we don't really have any better options in the minors right now. Yeah, so I kind of just want to see him through here and see if he can perform any better because we don't really have any options, and he is young, so I kind of want him to keep learning up here in the majors. Tillman O'Day really had a rough month. He got rocked in the last month. If you remember, he was one of our best pitchers with a FIP of about 3.5, and he is blown up after that. And looking elsewhere here, Alex Cobb bounced back a little bit. Kevin Gausman pitching a little better. Brock, his FIP has come down. Andrew Kastner, he's regressed a little bit, but his numbers haven't really changed at all, but he is pitching decently well, I guess. Dylan Bundy also pitching decently well. He bounced back a little after a rough April. And Donnie Hart, our main middle reliever, he's been honestly pretty good for us this year. Didn't really expect much from him. Pretty much expected him to serve in the lefty specialist role that Blyer is kind of manning right now, but he's been our main middle reliever, and he's been pretty good. So the first player draft is here, actually. It's going to be on June 4th, so we're going to go ahead and sim a few days until we get to the draft, and we'll cover that. Ooh, Alex Cobb. He's going to be out for the rest of the season. So we're going to go ahead and put him on the 60-day DL, and we're going to go ahead and call up Nestor Cortez to take his spot. Cortez, he pitched decently when we first called him up when Cobb was hurt previously in the year. But yeah, that really hurts because we're not going to be able to move Cobb's contract this year. So we're going to have another season of that, which hurts because we don't actually have any money. So I can't pick up anyone from the waiver wire, which really, really sucks because there are definitely some guys that I would want to add to this team, but we can't really do that because we have no money. All right, getting into the first year player draft now. We're going to be picking 11th this year, so let's just get right into it. We're going to auto draft into our selection, making sure that showing us all players that are available. See what our scouting director says, since he is pretty good at scouting amateurs, looking at who they want us to draft. They want us to draft Connor Scott. Just looking at his ratings, his contact rating is awful, so I do not think we're going to go in that direction. Looking at Kendall Simmons, middle infielder, pretty good hitting ratings. The OSA ratings don't like him quite as much as our head scout, but his contact rating is going to be good. It looks like no matter what, head scout expects him to develop some home run power, good discipline, pretty decent on avoid K rating. Not the best personality though, so let's see if we can see if there's anyone else out there. Looks like Addison Barger might be an option here. Miguel Pabon, I don't think so. Looks like Barger might be our best option. Let's just take a look. Reliever here. Like a decent reliever, but we're definitely not going to take him here. Siani. Decent, I suppose. Jordan Adams. Ooh. I like his ratings, but the OSA ratings kind of scare me away from him. See, Tristan Cassis. I know in my previous experience playing this game, he's always kind of develops to be a decent player. But I think we're going to go ahead here and we're going to select Barger. Or do we want Simmons? I think we're gonna go ahead here and pick Simmons just because his defensive rating is slightly better, and they're pretty similar players, so we're gonna go ahead and take Simmons. Let's see. Lopez doesn't look half bad on his scout ratings. Ooh, Jordan Adams. Our head scout loves him. Just check out these guys real quick. I think Adams may be the way to go here. See what our head scout says. Wants us to pick him. I do not think we're going to go in that direction. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and pick Adams here. I think we're going to go with Brennan Davis here. Oh, okay. Our scouting director found this guy, and his hitting ratings are really good. Decent defensive outfielder. We're definitely gonna scoop this guy up. But, oh, he's impossible to sign. Well, that's unfortunate. I think we're gonna take Alec Thomas here because we can. No, we'll go with Collard because we're actually gonna be able to sign him. Okay, then we'll take Austin Cox here, and that's gonna do it. There's not too many guys that are left that are good, so we're just gonna sim the rest of the draft and see who our scouting director picks up for us. And that is going to do it for this episode as we finish the end of the first year player draft. When I get back to you guys next time, we will be in the beginning of July, and we're going to start making some moves when we get there. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time.